Kia ora koutou. So here is video 4 in our series of 5 about Mātauranga Māori in the English classroom. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how we can tap into ngā whetū or Matariki, the stars of Matariki. So ngā whetū or Matariki, the stars of Matariki, provide us another avenue to describe characters and setting and what's going on for these people in this place. And they also lend themselves really well to fantastic writing opportunities. And they also help us tap into that environmental awareness. So without further ado, some of the things you can do here is you can look at the effect of the stars on the setting. So if you've got a dystopian setting, you know, what signs would the stars have given and what gifts have the stars given or not given to this place. So look at the star Whetū. I've got my little reference sheet here. I always have this in front of me when I'm trying to plan something. It's because I go through them. Okay, so how would this star or this concept or this god, you know, work in well with this character, okay? And so that's how I do it. So if we look at Whetū here, the star of the fresh water and the food that comes from that fresh water. So what influence has that star had in this setting? And it's a great avenue, a tool for students to use to help describe setting and perspective, right? So that's one way of doing it, the effect of that star on that setting. But then also, of course, you take it further and say, well, what's the effect of the people? Okay, so the stars are granting their gifts or not. So it affects the setting, it creates this environment. So how are the people coping with that? And then you can talk about the relationship perhaps between the people and the stars. You know, what are they thinking? Are they thinking perhaps they've done something wrong? Is it just the way it happens? Do they have any kind of control over this? And is it their poor decisions, or maybe if they make good decisions, they become good people? Are the stars going to be more helpful then? And of course, at the end of a text, things do become better for characters in a whole lot of different ways. So it's almost like, oh yeah, the stars are looking kindly upon you now. So that's sort of a little avenue you can go down. In terms of writing, you know, you can follow that through and say, well, okay, write an email to the stars, or write a poem about that star and the effect that they're having on these people or ourselves. So writing. You can also get students to write from the point of view of a star. So you are Whetū, you are Waipunarangi, you are Matariki, you are Pōhutukawa, and what are you thinking about what you're seeing, either in our own words or in that text? Matariki and Pōhutukawa, of course, are two that really tap into how people, and also Hiwa i te rangi, which is the star of our dreams. So these three down this side, I think it really tap into what's happening in our minds. So they would be three really good stars to tap into for a character study. If there is death, there is mourning, there is sadness there. Of course, Pōhutukawa, which is about, you know, the journey to the underworld. That would be a great star to think about, because, you know, what is that journey that's been taken by that person? What's going on for them in that journey? And especially if you're studying, say, a documentary or something that's true, and something has happened to these people, you know, like they've died, it gives them more significance if you're thinking about their journey through death as well. It's not just, oh, that's a shame they died. It's no, well, actually respect that wairua going through. And I think using the stars gives students a way to visualize things like that journey. Matariki, of course, is about gathering people together, and that's that whanaungatanga, that kotahitanga that we often see in small groups in texts. And hiwa I te rangi, of course, your hopes and your dreams. Well, that's fantastic for character studies. You know, perhaps you could have, right from the point of view of a character, who is talking to the star. So really cool things here. You can easily do up little worksheets, and that helps scaffold you as a teacher through this thinking, if this thinking is new to you. So this one here is about where students pretend they are at least 5 of the stars, and what are those stars thinking about what's going on in this situation in a text. So you know, that's one of the things you could do. So they lend themselves to some really good robust writing, some robust thinking, and I think would be particularly good for the juniors, but also the seniors. You know, give that little pizzazz to your writing. Even in an essay where you're explaining something, discussing something, just like pop that in there. But yeah, enjoy. Have a play. That's the rule. Remember, have a play. Enjoy. Bye.